Hi, George Hepworth here, Grover Park Consulting. Let's build Mike's mobile library. Hi, today we're going to continue setting up our publication screen. We put the header in our previous session. Today we're going to put in the filters. The filters, if you recall from our previous look at the completed interface in production, consists of a set of controls across the top of the screen just below the header and just above the gallery in which our entire record set or data source of publications is displayed. As before, all I'm going to do is copy them from here, paste them into the other form, and then I'll finish setting them up over there. So I have already selected the controls. We'll do our Control-C, switch over to the development version to paste them in, and they drop almost where we want them. As before, they don't quite drop where we actually want them to end up. So we'll do a little bit of modification to get them into the right spot. I'll do that in the same way that we set up our header. I've selected the icon for the search publications, and I'm going to set it using the X and Y coordinates and the height of the header. I want to set it so that it is at 0x, immediately moves over there, and I'm going to set it so that the Y position is the height of the header, which is LBL or label, publication screen title, dot height. And that drops it down so that the top edge of the icon is touching the bottom edge of the label above it, which is the header. Now I'm going to do the same thing for all of the other controls. I will select them all using the Shift key, and we'll set their Y position to the height of the LBL or label, publication screen title, and that drops all of them together. The next step is to set their positions horizontally, left to right, in relationship to one another. We'll start with this one. Its Y position, and we'll set its X position. Notice that I had previously set this up. That's to save time so I don't have to walk you through this as I go. So it's set to the width of the icon in front of it. In other words, the X position of this control is exactly on the right edge of the control in front of it. Now I want to show you two different ways to set up the spacing for these other controls. Either one works. I've used both of them here. Pick the one that you like the best. For example, we can set it up so that this control is set in the X position equal to the width of the control in front of it, which is the input box, plus the width of the icon in front of it. And that's this width plus this width determines the X position or the left edge of that control. The other approach is to set it so that it is equal to the X position of the filter in front of it plus the width of that filter. Either one works fine. As I say, pick the one that you like best. Okay, that's enough of the placement of the controls. You can experiment with that on your own as you begin to build your own PowerApps applications. Very briefly, give you an overview of the controls here, the control types, and then we'll go ahead and bring in the actual gallery which will be filtered by these controls. The first control on the left is a text input box. This is a type of control which allows us to type in a string of text and use that string of text in the application in some way. These three are all drop-downs. They have the little drop-down arrow. These are very similar to a combo box in Access, but not exactly the same. And in fact, in PowerApps, we have both a drop-down and a combo box. A combo box in the PowerApps world creates a drop-down list with the ability to search. A drop-down only allows selection from one of the choices within that list. So that's the key difference between the two, whether or not you can search with a free-form text box in a combo box. In my experience up at this point, I'm more comfortable using the drop-downs, but certainly either one would work here. I will show you how to use these filters in our next video when we bring over the gallery so we have something to filter against. And we'll also look at the way that the rows or records in these filters are populated. So at this point, we're going to wrap up today's session. As always, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Also, please subscribe to my channel. Come back and see me again soon. Thank you.